Dear students, today we will continue with tally reports. This is fourth chapter. The name is trial balance. Okay. And in this one, first is what that report is. A report is a document containing organized information. A report is a document containing organized information. Maybe in a narrative, graphic, or maybe in the tabular form. Prepared on ad hoc, periodic, recurring, regular, or as required basis. Prepared on, so as per the requirement at that time, periodic, maybe on one date to another date, range of dates, recurring, maybe repeated, regular, or as required. Reports may refer to specific periods, events, occurrence, or subjects and may be communicated or presented in oral or written form. Reports are important instruments in decision-making process. There are different types of reports in Tally. Accounting report, financial report, inventory report, management control report, statutory reports. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, there are 5 types of reports: accounting, financial, inventory, management, and statutory reports. So, accounting reports. These are required to obtain information on the financial position of the business. Those are balance sheet, profit and loss account, and trial balance. Financial report are required to determine financial condition of an organization as required by other people, that means the shareholders, creditors, and government units. Maybe example, ratio analysis, cash flow, funds flow, statements, etc. Inventory report. These are required to manage the inventory effectively since the actual status of stock item is obtained. Example, stock summary, sales order summary, purchase order summary, reorder status, stock pairing, movement analysis, aging analysis, etc. Okay, and the management control reports. These are required to get budget utilization, cost center reports, excise report, scenario reports for controlling activities of a business. The management want to know some reports on to decide for the future management of company, and those reports will call it as a management control report. Example, budget variance and scenario management. Statutory reports. These are required to deal with taxation. Example, VAT reports, excise report, service tax reports, TDS, tax deducted at source. Remember the full form of TDS, full form of VAT, value added tax system, tax deducted at source, FBT, fringe benefit tax. Again, there may be TCS, tax collected at source, TDS, TCS, tax deducted at source, and tax collected at source. So those reports, we will call it as a statutory reports. That means the taxation related reports. Okay, and Tally provides the following reports for analysis and modification. So related to accounting, one is statements of accounts and the account books. Okay, related to accounting, to analyze and modification, statements of accounts and account books. In statements of account, cost center and statistics. That is how many number of vouchers are there in the company, how many number of ledgers are there in the company, that we can find out, that we will call it as a statistics. And the account books, cash or bank book, ledger, group summary, group vouchers, sales register, purchase register, and journal register. And related to inventory, there are 2 types of report: statements of inventory and inventory books. And in the statements of inventory, go downs, categories, stock queries, cost estimation, purchase bill pending, sales bill pending, and the statistics related to inventory. Then inventory books, stock items, group summary, sales order book, purchase order, stock transfer, then physical stock, register, etc. Okay. And when you take reports, there may be balance sheet, profit and loss account, stock summary, ratio analysis. These are all options you can see in the gateway of Tally. Again, in the display, there will be some option. Then below that, multi-account printing, but in the latest Tally, there is no multi-account printing option. Next, displaying reports in Tally. How we can display reports? So Tally reports are placed in gateway of Tally report section. What that report section is? Balance sheet, P&L account, stock summary, ratio analysis, display and multi-account printing. These are called report section options. Okay, and by these options you can take all the reports which I mentioned earlier. So display menu gives the menu as given. So how we can access the report? Gateway of Tally menu provides access to all the financial reports. You can see Gateway of Tally, display, account books, sales register. So in Gateway of Tally, display, account books, sales register to take the sales information related to business. Okay, trading sales. You can find out by using sales register. Okay, and Tally displays the report for the currently selected date period. Then how we can modify the reports in Tally? To modify, we have to take the display reports with different options. So move to display, maybe to account books to see the account related information. Move to display to account books sales register to see the sales. Move to display account books purchase register to see the purchases. And in that we can see the debit and credit side of the transaction by taking detailed. Okay, it will show only one side of transaction related to business. Press Alt F1, then it will show the detailed. It will act like a toggle button. When you press Alt F1 or detailed or condensed button, it will act like a detailed. Again, if you click, it will act like a condensed. Then F2 period. You can change the financial period by using F2 function key. That is change period from and to date. Okay. And the F3 company. If you have more than one company selected, we can switch between those companies by using F3. And the F1 is select company, but F3 is company to switch between selected companies. F4 to F12. The functions performed by these buttons vary from report to report. In gateway of Tally screen, that means in the first screen, the F4 to F10 may be different. Again, in the second screen, in the voucher entry screen, it may be different. In every screen, the F4 to F10 will change. And the F11 is features in all the screen, and F12 is configure. And remember, the difference between F11 and F12 is F11 is to change the current company features, and F12 is to change the Tally configuration. And even this F11 and F12, the screens will change. Maybe in the voucher entry screen, F12 may be different. Configuration screen may be different. And in the when you press F11, the features may be different. Okay, the screen may different, but the option may be nearly same. Sometimes you want to view the graphs with monthly reports. Okay, then in the F12 in the configure, we will select an option. Okay, in the configuration, general, okay, that means in the general section of the configuration, show monthly reports with graphs under other option is set to yes. If this option is no, it will not show the graphs in the report. That means it will show the report and below that it will show the graphic analysis. Okay, that we can activate by pressing F12 configure in the configuration screen general, and in that show monthly reports with graphs. Okay, under other options is set to yes. Okay, and in the Alt F12 is search. In Tally, when we are displaying reports, maybe display daybook, okay, and when we are taking display daybook, in that you can search any transaction by using range option, that is Alt plus F12. Okay, this button is helpful to search the information in daybook or in other range of report. This is called as filter option. To search the vouchers with the ledger amount greater than 5,000, then I can take the voucher having ledger amount. That means it will show here many options. So we have selected voucher here. Voucher having ledger amount. Okay, even this one with many number of options I will show in the demo. Voucher having ledger amount greater than 5,000. Okay, then it will show the greater than, less than, etc. in this area, and here we have to take the amount. Okay, that I will show in the demo. So if you move to display daybook, then it will show many number of options. Even we can take Alt F2 and we can say one financial year information we can take. Okay, now there are one financial year information. Okay, now here you can see range button at the bottom, Alt F12 range. When I click on this range, it will give this dialog box, voucher, then it will show the options having ledger amount. You have to select ledger amount. Even you can take ledger type. You want to search voucher type, ledgers, okay, that you can take. Now directly I can take ledger amount greater than 5,000. Okay, voucher having ledger amount greater than 5,000. Then enter. Now it will search the information and it will display all the transaction. Ledger voucher is more than 5,000. Okay, even we can change this one. Press escape to cancel. Again it will go back to the original report. If you press escape, again range. Now we can take voucher having ledger amount equal to 5,000. So that means display only the ledger amount with amount 5,000. Okay. Now you can see the transaction contains 5,000. Even though here there is a amount, but it contains 5,000 in the transaction. Okay. So in this way, we can take the search in the reports by using range option. Okay, what the idea? Then, as I said, there are many number of reports in Tally. So here, this is called report section. Balance sheet, profit and loss account, stock summary, ratio analysis, display, multi-account printing are the report section options. And then we can take display and account books, then cash or bank book to take the cash book or bank book, ledger to display the ledger book, we can see cash or bank book. Okay, then it will show the different banks available as well as cash available. Okay, and we can press escape to go back. Then even the group summary, It will display all the groups used in present company. Then the sales register. It will show the sales register. Even you can take quarterly sales register. Okay, by pressing this option. Quarterly sales register or monthly sales register. By pressing quarterly, monthly button, that is Alt F5. And you can press escape to go back in the same way. Purchase register. Again, monthly, quarterly reports we can display. Thank you, students. In the next class, we will see other reporting concepts. Thank you. God bless you.